Snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon, we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo, what's up? My name's Rashad Milligan, man. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. Man, this is an emergency live. I went into tonight just thinking I'm going to stick to nothing but the basketball. We're going to do the women's tournament bracket and stuff like that with Akeem. And that's it. That's it for today. So I'm like, okay, bet. Going into it, the things that was most trending were Ye tweeting about, he did a tweet and delete about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids and everything like that. That was the biggest thing. I said, okay, bet. We recorded 1 a.m. on Sunday and we actually talked about Ye. I'll just clip that up and make that the segment of the week for the 1 a.m. pod. I'll upload the 1 a.m. pod in full on the 1 a.m. channel. And then I'll upload this women's this women's basketball bracket with Akeem in full on my own channel. So that was the plan for tonight. I was just going to chill and stuff like that. I did see the Corey Holcomb comments to Jess Hilarious about Jess Hilarious. Like he was like she doesn't fit and everything like that. And he's like the girl, he called her less hilarious and everything like that. And it was just crazy, bro, because I saw it and I was like, dang, he like tearing her up and stuff like that. And then a couple hours later, apparently after our live and everything like that, like she just what you call, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like she gets fired. Like that's weird. Or she goes, I don't know what's going on, to be honest. I'm catching up right now. And I didn't purposely watch the stuff because I wanted like a genuine reaction. So without further ado, here we go. I'm going to go with the Corey Holcomb clip first from his podcast. But it starts from here. February 26th, Glock topics. Do they have more stuff? So, all right. So this has been a thing for years. Here we go.
Audio yesterday. Hold up, be quiet. How everybody a real estate agent? How everybody?
Because a lot of the wax
Jail
Rihanna
for a long time.
her outfit
This is not
mattered.
no. Listen, hush. This is not a Travis. No, Lauren. No. Just listen. Just please hush. This is not a Taylor Swift football game situation. Jail.
Rihanna.
I keep telling y'all that this ain't just with the mess. Now, go ahead, Lauren. What we got going on with Diddy?
Okay, so
Talking to the microphone.
I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I just moved up.
I keep telling you.
Well, this is what happened at the Breakfast Club. She took that job. She got that job because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
She got that job.
So the essence of this, shout out 5150, by the way, shout out Corey Holcomb. I don't want this to get tagged or anything like that. So I'll stop it right there. The essence of what he was just saying was just pretty much Jess, he called her less hilarious. And he said that once she got the job at Breakfast Club for being an influencer, she got pregnant and she had to take, a maternal kind of leave of absence and stuff like that. In the time, they were kind of going through this revolving door of who can kind of replace Jess. Once again, they had a revolving door for like a year or year and a half after Angela Yee. And so Lauren LaRosa really stuck when Jess wasn't there. And Lauren LaRosa has more of a traditional media background. And it's just crazy because, nowadays it seems like a lot of times in media, the influencer, the famous person, the celebrity always gets the gig over a traditional media person. So for the sole fact of numbers and having people drawn to the job or whatever, like BET, right? That they'll get Kyla Pratt to be the red carpet correspondent as opposed to someone like a Paige over in Atlanta or, who has done BET carpets before. She did the BET Hip Hop Awards a couple of years ago. What's her name? Paige Chanel. I know Paige too. Paige, she cool people. Hold on, let me see. Paige Atlanta. What's her name? Paige Atlanta. What is Paige's name? Paige Taylor? Is it Taylor? It's not Paige Taylor. Anyways, regardless, that's beyond the point. But shout out Paige. She doing her thing and stuff like that in the A and doing a lot of hostings and stuff. But they'll get a Kyla Pratt ahead of her for an opportunity because it's like, oh, look, Kyla Pratt's interviewing so-and-so. Or they'll get a Keke Palmer and it's like, oh, Keke Palmer's interviewing so-and-so, as opposed to someone who went to school for journalism, got internships and worked their way up in the media space and stuff like that. So that was Lauren LaRosa. So this time it seems like they go with LaRosa, the traditional journalist, the traditional media member, I guess the quote unquote better fit for the show, as opposed to the famous Jess Hilarious and stuff like that. So if that is the case, if she did get fired and she didn't leave the show, that says a lot, I feel like, about Charlemagne and kind of his kind of dedication and a place of power to traditional journalists and putting them on. Obviously, you know, like when you think about the auditions they had for trying to replace Angela Yee, it was a lot of young Black talent that he had from his Black Effects podcast network and stuff like that, all across the iHeartMedia network around the country, you know, and those people as well. And shout out DJ Nyla Simone, who you know, they added as a part of the show too on Fridays to talk about the new music. I say all this to say Charlemagne has really put his platform and used his platform to put on as many young Black media members and journalists on as possible. And that's something that we haven't always seen from people in similar positions in their fields. So salute to Charlemagne for that. At the same time, you do hate to always see someone lose their job. With that being said, here is the 12-minute video. This is my first time watching it. Real raw reaction, Jess Hilarious, explaining why she left or got fired from the Breakfast Club.
Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. This woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these niggas is doing shit up here that I don't like. Okay. Got it. Now, it's her segment. I went to the person who does the intros, the sounds. I went to Taylor. Yo, Taylor, make Lauren her intro. Take Jess with the mess, all that shit. She says, things can't just change like that. Why the fuck not? Why not? Y'all changing everything else, and I'm the only one that don't know. My goofy ass don't know nothing. I'm just coming to work every day, just zippity-doo-dah-day. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, take my name out that shit. Jess with the Mess is not at Breakfast Club. I'm Jess Hilarious up here. Fuck, I'm Jessica Moore up here.
Oh.
Jess with the Mess is not being done. Lauren LaRosa is doing the shit. So that need to be her segment. I fought for that segment. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? While her fans and her people is and the Breakfast Club people and you know, the people in the comments, man, I'm not ready to sit up here and act like I don't see that shit. Are y'all crazy? One thing I ain't never try to do is act unbothered unless shit never bothered me. Man, what? You try coming back to work. You try to come back to work, and the motherfucker is right there at your desk, and ain't nobody telling you shit, mind you. Nobody telling you nothing, mind you. Before you know it, everybody thinking you're the villain. Like I'm the villain, because I didn't know shit. I'm sick of that. I'm very, very sick of that.
All right. She has the right to feel the way she wants to feel. This is how I've always felt about the media space, because the media space is a very, very competitive space, right? A lot of people want the job of getting paid to speak and write about things that they're interested in. Because everybody talks anyway, right? Like you talk to your friends about different things, right? The current events and everything like that. Imagine that being your full-time job and getting paid for it. Blessed. The thing for me is so I don't know if you guys, this is a whole nother thing. I'm going on the tangent. I interviewed Cam Newton and I Am Athlete, Brandon Marshall. I interviewed Cam Newton and Brandon Marshall probably like almost 2 years ago at this point. It'll be in December. It'll be 2 years ago. So a year and a half ago, I interviewed Cam Newton and Brandon Marshall. I asked them the question that I've always posed because it's something that my mentors, OGs, everybody always has brought up to me of like, it's very difficult as Black men who took the traditional route in journalism to get a big kind of network job that pays millions of dollars, if not at least six figures and up, in a job in a journalism media space, as someone who went through the traditional route of going to journalism school, getting an internship, working at small papers, working at small TV stations, local TV stations, and working your way up to the national networks and everything like that, right? So, I brought that up to Cam and Brandon Marshall, just like, what do you think about that kind of conversation that the media members are having when, two guys like you who have like 15 years of playing experience, went to Pro Bowls and have like national acclaim, and you're already famous within the world of sports, kind of taking, quote unquote, the jobs in sports media. Like, you guys are taking up spots on the desk that could have went to a kid that went to journalism school and studied this and studied the art and stuff like that. And so they answered it and they said, I don't think we're doing that, this and that. Woo, woo. Afterwards, Brandon Marshall he asked me, he said, do you think that we're taking your jobs? Like, are you scared of us taking your jobs? And I said, no. He said, are you sure? And I said, no. He said, why not? And then I said, because I know what I do in particular, nobody else in the world can do. Like, I know I've built and worked my way and to have a particular skill set. Thanks, to Jesus, everything, God and stuff like that, because without him, I'm nothing. At the end of the day, I ain't ish. I still ain't ish. I ain't even got 5,000 subscribers. But with that being said, like, I know my abilities and what I can do and stuff like that. It's a very unique thing. It's like being in the league, right? It's like being in the NBA. To stay in the NBA, you can get in the NBA off talent, but to stay in the NBA, you gotta find your niche, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna be a 3-point shooter and a lockdown wing defender, or I'm gonna be a nice help side defender, or I'm gonna be a rebounder, I'm gonna be an enforcer, I'm gonna be a blocker, I'm gonna be a guy who gets steals, Dyson Daniels. I'm gonna be the guy that can always cut and the off-ball movement keeps the offense flowing correct. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out your role. So it's like my role is kind of like in the media space. I feel like I'm a Swiss Army knife. Like I write, I do video, I can edit my own video. Like I can kind of do it all, and that has, I feel like, kept me in media for as long as I've been in media, and has allowed me to kind of elevate. Also covering a multitude of beats. You even see it on the channel where I'll talk about politics, and in the next video I'll talk about women's basketball. In the next video I'll talk about hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because that's kind of the way that it's always been for me. And other people, OGs, has tried to tell me, kind of lock in on one thing, but I knew what I was doing. And plus, I get bored just focusing on one thing. I'm not even gonna hold you. So I say all of this to say, I worked myself to have confidence and I can't be replaced. And if I am replaced, like if I do get let go by this job, because I have been laid off before, I was laid off my first job. If I do get laid off, I've worked myself and put myself in a position to, I'm always going to be all right. Like I'm always going to find a way, and I'm always going to be all right. Shout out to Tyreek Wynn, you know what I'm saying? A youngin from Georgia State alum and stuff like that. Tyreek, you know what I'm saying? He had a situation where I believe iHeart made some cuts. They had to lay off some folks. They let off a couple of people. And I feel like he was one of them. And Tyreek, he was laid off of that. And then AABJ, Atlanta Association of Black Journalists, they wiped out their entire board too, because they had some things going on there, and they brought in a whole new board and stuff like that this past weekend. Tyreek was on the board at AABJ. He took those kind of 2 losses within the span of a couple of weeks, and Tyreek flipped that immediately and was like, okay, let me show you the tour of the Tyreek Wynn studios. This is where I'm gonna be filming this content. This is where I'm gonna be filming these interviews. This is where I'm gonna be filming this commentary. And we're gonna be pushing out content for, you know, all the months, all the years and stuff like that. That's where I'm going to be doing my social media videos, this and that. He pivoted. So it's like Tyreek Gwynn, yes, is a traditional journalist and an employee and a media member. But at the same time, if push ever came to shove and a company was like, no, thank you, he could always stand on his own and have that confidence within himself because that's what he's worked to be. A lot of people say like nerves, like with the test or something, you're only nervous because you didn't prepare enough. And while I don't agree with that wholeheartedly, there are a lot of situations where I am nervous because I didn't prepare enough. So I'm saying all this to Jess Hilarious. Jess, if you felt like you worked hard enough and place yourself in a position to where it's like, no matter what y'all do, no matter who y'all bring in, I know Lauren is good. I know Lauren is young and stuff like that. But I'm Jess. I put in the work. I read the scripts. I looked. This is what you could have did, Jess, on your timeout. You could have gone to New York Times, WashingtonPost.com, AJC. You guys are up in New York, New Jersey, your local paper over in Maryland, your hometown paper. You could have gone there every morning, right? And just looked at your phone or looked at your laptop, pull up the stories and read it out loud in front of a mirror, holding your baby, nursing the baby, whatever, tending to the baby. Today, a man in New Orleans and today, a man in Maryland, the Baltimore didn't, and you could have practiced that, right? The speech, you could have practiced the speaking ability. You could have practiced just reading and reading smoother. You could have practiced, if you prepared enough, right? When you get back, you like, okay, I know Lauren is good. I know she asks good questions. I know the guests are comfortable with her. I know she does a good job delivering the daily news and presenting it to Charlemagne and Envy. But I've worked so hard while I was gone that I'm going to be so good that they can't tell me no. You can't tell me to go home. And if they tell you to go home, well, you improved your skills and another radio show is going to call you the next day. Dish Nation going to call you the next day. Shade Room, iHeartMedia. Someone is, even though Breakfast Club is iHeartMedia, somebody else is going to call you the next day and you're going to have a job because you have the skills. Angela Yee, whatever happened, because I think you brought up Angela Yee, right? In this thing, right? Angela Yee has built up a radio career 20 years before she even joined Breakfast Club. So she already had all the radio skills. And as soon as it was getting uncomfortable for her at Breakfast Club, hey, iHeart, run me my respect. I got 20 years in this game. I was on Sirius XM with my own joint. I came to form a power team with Breakfast Club. We did that for a decade plus. It's time for me to go to the next thing. I need my own show. I need my own show. And she kept doing that until she got what? Her own show. And now she has her own show. So it's like, if you feel like you uncomfortable or something like that, it shouldn't matter if you are confident enough in the work and the preparation that you put in beforehand. So that's what I'm saying. This reeks of insecurity, and it's probably a lot to it because you didn't do the necessary steps to be prepared to be excellent regardless and good regardless of what they did. When you're an employee, you're always going to leave your fate and everything in the hands of others. That's just the way it is. Me being laid off my first job taught me that early on. So it was like, okay, what can I control? You can only control what you can control. And what you could have controlled is practicing your reading, practicing your questions, the delivery, practice reading, looking at other interviews. Okay, how does she ask this? You could look at Lauren. Ask Lauren for some tips. I'm sure Lauren would have helped you out. Like, yeah, y'all competing, but at the same time, she a human. Everybody want to talk about themselves and their job. I just did that the past, how many minutes I've been on? I just did that the past 20 minutes. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You got to put in the work to want to be better at this thing. Like if you come from comedy and social, that's the thing. You came from comedy and social media. The media game is a whole different thing. And this is a message to you companies now. Y'all can't just keep putting in influencers and celebrities and jobs made for people in a specific field because it's making a mockery of our field and it makes everybody think they can do it. If you don't know, okay, this is how you get better. You read, you look into the mirror and you read in front of a mirror. You look into a mirror and you speak in front of a mirror. You practice speech exercises. Me personally, I say like all the time. I say like. Slow down, Rashad. But if you don't know that, because you didn't have that training and everything in a specific field, then you have something like this where you come back and you feel insecure because the new girl is better than you.
I'm sick of this shit. It's weird. It's weird. I don't fuck with it. Just be quiet up there. I'm not fighting over no mic space. I'm not fighting over no mic. That's why I went from shut up and hush to not saying nothing. No. I'm not gonna come.
And you thought that was gonna keep your job on a show, on the job where your only job is to speak. You thought, okay, I'm gonna keep my job by not speaking. That'll show them. Just wait until I get to my job where it's a radio talk show and I don't talk. Let's see how that works. I'ma really tell them then they can't live without me. Baby, ain't nobody bigger than the program. That's lesson number 1. Charlamagne ain't bigger than the program. What Dame Dash said when he went up there? Y'all got a boss. Y'all got a he called it. And then ever since then, they elevated Charlamagne. He got a little more power over there at iHeart. But at the end of the day, iHeart can still say Charlamagne go home. So what is you doing?
Compete where I already won this competition. I didn't know it was supposed to be 4. If this was presented to me, prior to hire, then I wouldn't have been so shocked. Like, oh shit, all right, cool. So when we bringing in the 4th person, shit, that's what's up. Cool. It's only time for that segment. You know what I'm saying? We had a meeting today to restructure the show and shit like that. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That went crazy too. Listen. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of things that I deal with. I ain't expecting not one motherfucker to feel sorry for me because that's not what I'm looking for. I don't care. And I haven't said a motherfucking thing at all. At all. I haven't said anything. This is the crazy thing, yo. I'm gonna let y'all know this. The craziest shit is, right? I wanted Breakfast Club so bad. I wanted it. I grew up on the show. The fuck? Like, what? Hall of Fame show? What are we talking about? Syndicated? This ain't my first time doing radio, but I'm just saying, like, this is the biggest fucking show culturally. You know what I'm saying? I was eating that shit up.
Hold on, by the way, side note, she said she grew up on the show. She's 33 years old. Show started in like 2000.
Oh yeah, I co-hosted, eating that shit up until I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a baby. In this industry, what I'm doing ain't no right time to have a baby. So you have them when you have them. I don't regret when I got pregnant. I don't. I got pregnant on fucking purpose. That's what I wanted, a baby, and that's what I got. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted Breakfast Club. You feel me? And I'm gonna say this. I don't fucking need to be there. I wanted to be there. I loved being there. That was my shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, that was my shit. I used to be happy as a motherfucker on the radio. Yeah, definitely. I'm not intimidated by no woman walking on this earth. I give a crown to that girl. If you listen to the show, you know. Nigga talking about she tried to be my friend. Excuse me? Ain't nobody trying to be no motherfucking friends. What are we talking about? We just naturally, organically became cool. Once I realized what the fuck was going on, like I said, my anger was misplaced. No, I did not like her when I first came back. I didn't. Even down to how I was supposed to return. Like, we had a whole plan on how I was supposed to come back. When I walk in the room, she never left. First thing she say is not, how your baby doing? No, that was Envy, because he's the family man, right? How was maternity leave? No. That's not the first. The first thing that she talks about is the shit that was in the comments. What the fuck would make me want to talk about the fucking comments first? I got a beautiful baby at home. Why? You know what I'm saying? So
because you're talking about a girl, Lauren LaRosa, from what I see on the interviews and stuff like that, she's a career woman. She doesn't have any kids. She doesn't have a husband. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah, Envy brought it up because Envy has a wife and kid. Like, you said it yourself. Why would you expect you were just looking for a reason?
Well, no, I did not like her when
she's
I first
she's in a different space in life than you. That's obvious.
Had to learn that Lauren was not a spiteful person. Like, I'm like, I don't like the way you moving. I don't like, I ain't feeling this shit. We had a whole nother plan. I don't know what the fuck what that was in there, but that shit wasn't it. I ain't like that. We've made cool since then. That's it. Right? I compliment this girl every fucking day. Every day. And it ain't forced. She's a beautiful girl. She knows her shit and she on her shit. And that segment came from me. Like, let's not even sit here and fucking play around with it. Like, it's the crazy thing. This is another crazy thing. We supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like, when I'm like, not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make her out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'm going to play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my motherfucking mouth open. All the time. Whether it's something y'all want to hear or it's something that y'all ain't going to want to hear. I ain't got time. Didn't go live to talk about that.
Someone in the comments. Angela ain't crazy and they tag Angela Rye. That's the wrong Angela. Hold on now. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it. Angela Yee not crazy. Oh, no, they tag Angela Yee. Excuse me, my bad. Let me mind my business.
Didn't go live to talk about that retired ass nigga. Who still think he not retired. Nigga, you ain't doing nothing. And honestly, if he didn't hate me so much, I would actually agree with some shit that he was saying. I would. The girl is great at what she do. Lauren with the latest.
She talking about Corey Holcomb now. I was like, who's she talking about?
It's flawless. Yes, it is. She got that. I fought for that. The fuck is we talking about? I don't know how long it's going to take for a motherfucker to confirm that. But yeah, it's like that. I started saying shit on air. Like I said, I don't know if y'all really listen to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all really listen to that shit 6 a.m. or wherever. Yeah. I advocated for that. Get that shit to her. Get that segment to her, man. That girl do what she do. She do it great. She was doing it great at TMZ. She doing it great up the Breakfast Club. I also, Ben said that she did great during the co-hosting year too. Said that. Along with Claudia Jordan and Jason Lee. I also said that. Okay? Stop trying to make me out to be the villain. Or like I'm the fucking hater or something. I ain't never gonna hate on no fucking woman. Ever. No. Now listen. I may not say everything that y'all, I may offend women here and there. I offend men here and there. I offend others here and there,
This is crazy.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Y'all ain't going to agree with everything I say and do, but I am never going to hate on a woman, especially if she got it going on. Yeah, I'm not. And Lauren LaRosa got it going on. She did. You know what I'm saying? I tell her that. Ask her. I don't know if she'll say it online. She thanks me on air, but she don't thank me online. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I guess, shit a little different, online. But if niggas is a team, if we supposed to be a team, how about y'all clear some of this shit up for y'all teammate? That shit is ran like a high school. Yeah. It's ran like a high school. It is. Fair East Side High. Fair East Side High. Before Mr. Clark, though. Like when he first got there. Mm-hmm. Y'all want a bitch to keep her cool. Look, check this out, y'all. Look, man. I get up every fucking day. Every day. And they always talk about, you ain't at work. Yeah, bitch, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. That's how I'm getting. Hell no. I have more fun outside the fucking studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy?
Oh, that's when it ended? All right, I guess that's when it ended. Let me see. So I went on Lauren's page. Lauren,
She started doing the news. I'm like,
all
right, look, that's her segment. Take me off that shit. Y'all give her that shit. Take me off that shit. This is her segment now. This is no longer Jess with the mess. Got dark fats as a mother. Okay. I said, take me off that shit. This is no longer my segment. I said it. Take me off of that. Give it to her. Charlamagne said, nah, I don't want it to be her segment. It damn near sure is already. Like it's her segment. She's reading it and she's doing it to the best of her ability. Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. That's why I picked her. Y'all need to understand something. I'm never hating on Shorty. I already told her. I tell her every day. I tell her she's pretty every day. I tell her every day. I big up this woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these niggas is doing shit up here that I don't like. Okay, got it. It's her segment. I went to the person who does the intros, the sounds and shit. I went to Taylor. Yo, Taylor, make Lauren her intro. Take Jess with the mess, all that shit. She says, things can't just change like that. Why the fuck not? Why not? Y'all changing everything else, and I'm the only one that don't know. My goofy ass don't know nothing. Jess with the mess is not at Breakfast Club. I'm Jess Hilarious up here. Fuck, I'm Jessica Moore up here. Jess with the mess is not being done. Lauren LaRosa is doing the shit. This is a fucking contract. This ain't no part-time little shit. That I got. I got a contract that I negotiated and I got it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm on air. She overtalks. She's overtalking me. Lauren knows she does this shit. Whatever. I've told her about this shit many a times. She overtalks me. I'm like, yo, shut up. All right. Or hush, be quiet. Yeah, that clip that y'all saw. Yes. Shut up. Be quiet. Yeah, I said that. And I've meant that. You know what I mean? That's the only way to get it a hush. So I'm like, all right, cool. One day I told her, I mean, because I went in the comments, I'm like, all right, people don't like that. All right, whatever. You know, I'm not her mother. She's another grown woman. I have to respect this lady, but she's not gonna keep talking over me, yo. I'm already confused on why the fuck she's still here. You know what I mean? Like on air, not in the building, on air, right? So I'm like, all right.
How are you confused she's still in the building and then say give her the segment? See, this is the stuff. It's like, were you really for her and you was really rooting for her? Or did you like still never liked her and you mad at her? And I don't know.
Be quiet the next day. Charlamagne texts me and he says, yo, don't tell her be quiet. You tell her shut up. Play into that narrative of y'all beefing, y'all not liking each other. Why the fuck would we do that? But I'm like, you know what? All right, cool. She cool with it. I'm cool with it because I'm not a be quiet type of bitch anyway. I am a shut up type of bitch. Ask my kids.
I ain't gonna lie. Jess is stupid for that. Jess, you stupid for listening to Charlamagne for that. I ain't playing with that. I understand it's a Breakfast Club. It's a little more lenient. It's a little more urban, which just means like, nah, I ain't doing that.
Right? Even the 7-month-old, ask her. So then I asked again. I'm like, all right, so she's gonna be the fourth host. That's what it is. Whenever we do find that, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of beating around the bush, y'all.
Oh, it's just okay. They just got a picture of Lauren. It's crazy. All right. Okay. So, did Jess actually leave the show? Did she leave the show? Did she quit the show? Or was she just responding to Corey Holcomb? This man Ramonte said, I'm not watching anything Jess Hilarious is 12 minutes. Okay. So, all right. With this being said, Kendra G responded to her. For those of y'all who don't know, Kendra G, she auditioned for the Breakfast Club a few months ago. When there were auditions, and Kendra G thought that she had the gig or whatever, and then they end up giving it to Jess. So let me just see this.
Because that's what I do. I put shit together. All right, here we go. So Shorty must about to be on the show. That's exactly what I put in my fucking head. All right, well, this is the boss. We've always considered having a fourth seat. Well, when the fuck was y'all gonna tell me that? When was your, and then this is months.
Now, see, I ain't gonna lie. That's obviously a lie and everything like that. That's what you should be mad at and everything like that. Of, oh yeah, we always want to. No, you didn't. Like, we all know that. But I'm saying with Jess, it's like you should be so good to the point where it don't matter who comes in, who stays. You know what I'm saying? It could be like Joe Budden podcast in there, but you know what I'm saying? Like Ice and Ish were there after the entire Rory Mall situation. He had 8 other people. Ice and Ish still there, and I felt like they was confident enough and they talents and what they brought to the pod to stay there and to stay on the show. And they ain't never, you know what I'm saying? Everyone know, Joe, you brought out 8 people. If you it was just gonna be us 3. It was never that, you know what I'm saying? So
after I came back, this was like 2 months after I came back from maternity leave. We've always, ever since Angela Yee left, we said that we would consider having 4 seats. So why? When me and Claudia Jordan did the guest co-hosting, or me and Kendra G did the guest co-hosting, did everybody say, oh, it ain't gonna work with 4 people? Why? Right? Why was that ever even said? Why?
And I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the one part out of the whole thing that I agree with Jess for sure. 100%. I understand the frustration with that. If anything, if I was going to be mad and go on a rant about something, it's going to be this part right here. Now, I don't even know if she's still on the show. This is the craziest part. This whole time, I done watched about 15 minutes of her reacting to stuff and talking. I don't know if she's on the show or not because she said I got a contract. So are you going to show up in the morning and talk about this? Are they going to tell you to stay home? I feel like for the sake of ratings, they should tell you to come in anyway. And y'all talk about it live on the air. Like Envy cheated on his wife and he come in. I cheated on you, babe. I'm sorry. Live on it. Like they live for those moments, right? This is Breakfast Club. All that.
Why wasn't that something that was presented at the jump, like from jump at the top of the shit?
That you actually were going to level up and take it to the Breakfast Club. What happened over there?
Okay, well, let's just give the true story. The day I got to finally guest co-host, I had a day. They said the night before I wasn't going to be able to guest co-host because things changed. Things do happen in radio. They have pre-recorded interviews, but I was able to come in the next morning and still just do some talk breaks with Envy. Well, when I went in the next morning, Jess Hilarious was there. Shout out to Jess Hilarious, super talented. Deserves to be her job. Like this is nothing about her at all, right? So I want to make that clear. I think she was an excellent choice. But still, with that being said, as a company employee, I wasn't really given an opportunity to even guest co-host. Really, I'm watching for 2 months, people getting the chance to guest co-host, and I work for the company and I gotta wait. That's not gonna happen. But literally after that experience, I did it. And again, because I know this might go viral. Shout out to Jess Hilarious. That's your job. You kill it. I've always loved you. But I quit after that. Literally.
So that was the final
that was it.
show.
I was done.
Breakfast Club.
Like that Friday, I had to go back to do one more episode in Chicago. It was May 1st, and I was going to Italy for my birthday, and I knew I was not returning. And I sent my resignation letter while I was in Italy, and I never went back. I do want to say this: life played itself out the way it was supposed to play itself out.
All right.
She ain't say nothing in the reaction video. But she just said, "Shouts out to Jess Hilarious. Now y'all know why I quit my job 2 years ago." So yeah, there's that. Like I said, my entire takeaway from the thing is like, Jess, if it don't matter, bro. Like if you were good enough and prepared enough, like, because now Lauren, she sees, okay, how they did Jess, okay, and then also, okay, how Angela was alleged, I don't know, whatever the case might be. If they make the spot uncomfortable for anybody to be next to DJ, to Envy and Charlemagne, it's like, all right, you know that going into it. You wanted the job regardless. Okay, now you in the job. What you got to do is, regardless, no matter what, I'm going to be so good, so prepared that you can't do this show without me, because that is what has happened with Lauren LaRosa, and it just is what it is, bro. And like they said in the comments, in the Instagram comments of your live, like if Lauren is cheaper because Lauren is more of a traditional media person who came from TMZ as opposed to a whole full-blown celebrity like you are, you know what I'm saying? They're going to go with the cheaper route every single time. It just is what it is. So that's it. That's all I got to say, man. That's my thoughts on the situation. 45 minutes. I still don't even know if Jess Hilarious actually on the show or if she quit. But I guess we'll figure out in the morning, huh? And as always, my name is Rashad Milligan. Until next time, this is the Road to 5K Subs. Please take care of yourself.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
Good question.
Brandon,
one quick question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.